Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Eric Bischoff, brother. Defending Hulk Hogan and saying it was a one-off, his booze. We're going to get into Eric Bischoff's quote, but you know what? Before we even get into Eric Bischoff's quote, I think Bischoff's wrong. You want to hear why I think he's wrong? Wait till after the quotes from Uncle Eric. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. And this is the channel that delivers the truth. None of this, oh, maybe, I don't know, Dave Meltzer style stuff. None of this, Marky, we love Triple H and we love bouncing up and down on his big nose. No. We speak the truth. So if you're a fan of the truth, then this is the channel for you. But obviously, at the Netflix premiere of WWE Raw on January 6, 2025, Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan cut a promo with longtime manager Jimmy Hart to hype up the event and promote his real American beer product. Despite praising the fans, Hogan was largely booed during the segment, but big Eric Bischoff, one of Hogan's former bosses, discussed how fans will react to future WWE appearances from Hogan. And I quote, "It's just another one of those things, where people are going to fall down on one or the other side of the fence, depending on what their predetermined perspectives already are. Debating it doesn't really matter, but he's drawing massive crowds everywhere else. He's out promoting his beer, and thousands of people are standing outside in the cold waiting for an opportunity to meet him. I think it was a one-off. I'm convinced of it. Anyone that hasn't spent any real time in LA and in the working environment, you don't realise how oppressive, overwhelmingly liberal, and I'm not saying it's good or bad, I'm not taking sides, it just is what it is, folks. In that large segment of LA, their politics has become their religion. They get really infested, so I'm convinced that was it." End of quote. But I tell you what, I agree with Bischoff at the end here, but they were in Dallas, right? And CM Punk referenced Hogan, and it got like loud cheers, right? And people are like, "Oh, but Texas is Republican, Texas is Republican." What people need to bear in mind, right? Even if Dallas is like 80% Republican and 20% liberal, see the people that go to wrestling shows, they're not your Republicans who, have a ranch, own a shotgun, and, go hunting and drink beer. The people that go to wrestling shows are fat, out of shape, people with multicoloured hair. Now, yeah, I've been to wrestling shows in the past. I say I've been to wrestling shows in the past. Haven't been since 2007. All right. Now, I know there's a lot of people that go to wrestling that will not fit that criteria of weird, but the reality is the majority are weird. You look at crowds today and you compare it to crowds 20, 25 years ago. The crowd 25, 20 years ago was so much cooler. That's just the reality of the fact here, right? So, yeah, you can have a Republican hotspot, but if you've only got a 10,000 seater arena in a city that has like millions in it, and also people can travel from elsewhere, like it's not like we're under lockdown. We're not under lockdown yet, brother. TNA lockdown. The majority of people that like wrestling are liberals. I mean, look at the way the wrestling television is cooperated. All these agendas being forced down your throat. Oh, women are just as good as the men. Oh, we love that. Oh, dominating Rhea Ripley. We love that even more. If you are, a Republican, chances are you're not going to like wrestling. I fucking can't stand it anymore. The old stuff, fantastic. This current stuff, not so much. So I think Bischoff has hit the nail on the head with the LA thing. But the reality is, I don't think there's anywhere in America you can go that is honestly like are going to receive Hulk Hogan well, especially after the endorsement of Trump. Because they can say it was about what he said in the sex tape or whatever, right? But the reality is, Hogan has returned so many times since then and got decent crowd reactions and decent pops, not much booing. That was the loudest booing he's got since that whole tape deal came out. So, and obviously what's happened since then, he's endorsed Trump. So that's the reality of it. They can try and paint, oh, well, we cheer Undertaker even though he endorsed Trump. Come on, guys, wake up and smell the coffee. I understand Bischoff, but, he's kind of sitting on the fence here. Oh, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm not taking sides. So maybe Eric Bischoff doesn't vote in the election. He probably does. Normally, when you don't take a side, that means you're a Republican, but you don't want to say it in case you get cancelled. And maybe that's the road Eric Bischoff's going down. But the reality is, I like Eric Bischoff, and he's more than welcome to vote for who he wants at the end of the day. Mick Foley and Batista, as Undertaker said, I love yous, but yous are wrong. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what it is, folks. Leave your thoughts down below. I think Hogan will get booed more or less everywhere now. It's sad considering how good he is, but I seen a comment section the other day. Bray Wyatt is more talented than Hulk Hogan. I fucking dead on. Dead on. And it was before Bray Wyatt died, so. Anyway, Hulkster, he's the man.